when friends of mine, especially like when you grow up in the colored community, you start to realize that your friends are talking cars and they're talking about what they did and how they worked in the vehicle for the weekend and this, that, and you're like, there are other things to do with your life,
Exactly.
right?
I hear you.
Like what are you talking about? Do you have to get this and you have to replace that? And it's so anyway, so when it comes to the whole car conversation and mechanic conversation, it's like eight. Like this is not a conversation for me. So I'm excited for our business interview for today, because at least by the end of this conversation,
You'll have some knowledge.
I'll have some sort of idea. I'll sound clever.
Yes, but we're here to save you, Cliff. We
Thank you.
are here to save you. So
Thank
today
you.
we are sitting with the CEOs of SA Auto Kimbi Clinic, and they are mainly focused on vehicles and also hiring people with brilliant skill sets, that knows how to do what they do. And so Kimbi himself he focuses on the electrical work on automobiles, including the cars, restarting cars, getting them started up, and I had a first-hand experience with this because I had my own vehicle that he came in, and I'm telling you, Cliff, there were so many people that came, but this man came, 1, 2, 3, the car is going.
Oh, wow.
It's starting. I couldn't give the man of God a proper hug because I was so excited that my car was actually working.
Yeah.
So, welcome, guys. We have Kimbi and we have Calvin.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah, we're okay. We're okay.
Okay. Relax. We're chilled. I just want to know, how important is it to have a trusted mechanic? Because there's one thing about mechanics. It's a very difficult situation.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, just when it comes to your business, I know you said you started the business out in 2017.
Yeah.
How has it been since then?
Oh, it has not been easy, but it make you more special, and the kind of vehicle you're coming in, you need to go for more study. As for me, I believe I studied back home, but it was not enough for me. So I decided to travel to South Africa to continue my study about auto electronic, because I know what mean about auto electronic. It's a nice work and it's a nice trade. If you believe in what you're doing, you will go more far. Like with auto electronic, we have a lot of skills that we offer to people. Like if your car cannot start, we are there to give it a nice service to see how you can proceed with your car. And secondly, we do like wiring for a car. If your car got a car burned, we can rewire the car back for you, set to an alarm or anti-hijack for your car to make sure you got the privilege to drive with your car any way you want to drive. So when I came in South Africa, I studied in a Mercy Auto Clinic. That is where I studied in 2017 for a year.
Yeah.
Then I said, okay, now I'm okay to start a business on my own. So with that, I lived there on 2019. I started my own business. Like I was running up and down to build up the client connection that people can know you, people can call one or two people. So with that, all of that from 2019, it has not been easy because, you can't just go into business. You want to make a name. You must prove yourself what you can do. And people can believe in you and know, oh, I'm reliable with Kimbi Auto Clinic. And it's a company that I started alone, but with the grace of God, I've getting a lot of testimony. People called me, introduced my number to people that I don't even know. So they are calling me, pushing me for the business. And lastly, this year, 2014, I prefer to get a shop on my own, a proper shop that I got like four guys are working under me. And it's a very big shop.
Nice.
And my company is registered, paying tax, and I'm willing to go in business and properly on for cars. So with cars, we know cars got a lot of issue, and you must know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can mess up everything with cars.
Yeah.
You see, every day people spend money, a lot of money, to make sure that car comes right, but that car could not comes right. But it just depends who introduce you to people that can change your life.
Absolutely.
Because you can get a whole talent, but you don't know how to market yourself.
100. So obviously it's a case of word of mouth.
No, definitely it is.
Yeah.
And so what do you do?
Coming back to what you had said, as in how do you ensure the clients know that you're trustworthy with their vehicles?
100%, yeah.
So with that being said, obviously, as time goes by, like he said, he started in 2017, right? So we're out here like 2024, right? So obviously there's more cars that has been released, you know? So a problem that you would face in 2017 on a car, you wouldn't face in 2024 because they are like newer models of
Yes.
that car, you understand?
Correct.
So obviously you have to prove yourself to a client, whereby, of course, obviously when you're speaking to the client, you should sound confident first of all, and then you should prove yourself. But then also I'd like to say, like, as a mechanic, an auto electric, right? If you do see that this problem is above yourself, be open to the client and tell them, look here, this is above me, but I can recommend you to someone else, you know,
I
rather
like
than
that.
wasting each other's time, you
I
know.
love that.
Yeah.
And then what you can do, obviously, you prove to yourself, and then that's how the client will recommend other people ongoing. You understand?
Sure.
So that's my side of that story.
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of people think I can do everything and I will do everything. And in the car, after like 2 days, we're back at square one.
Yeah.
You know? It's like medicine. You fix one thing, something else is breaking.
Sure. Hectic.
So what started the passion?
The passion started since when I was still back home in Cameroon. Like, I love to go in cars to check what happened in cars. With there, I have that love. Like, I need to do this because it is all about experience. So when I get this experience back home, it was so marvelous because I started back home, it was going well. So when I come to South Africa, the same experience I'm in South Africa, I go in to study the machine, to use the machine to work. Because, you know, the kind of vehicles that are coming out, you need a proper tools.
Yeah.
So you can diagnose the car, you can tell the customer what is going on. And the customer could believe what you see on the machine. Because a lot of people have the machine, but they don't know how to use it. So with us, that we do the studying, that we study the machine, so we got a privilege to prove to our customer how we can give you a real problem of your car that is causing your car could not move.
Yeah.
So that is the passion that makes me to go in and get a better future in my own life.
Sure.
Because I believe my parents cannot give me everything, but I must create it on my own to make sure I be the person that I wish to be. And I don't want my kids also to suffer like the way I passed through to get this privilege.
Yes.
So I must give, with this job that I've given my 99% to give my customer. So it make me to go more bigger into the business to show myself that I'm capable about this auto electronic.
Sure.
About everything about auto electronic is all about work with quality tools.
Yeah.
And you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I believe you go more bigger far.
So now, okay. So officially back in 2019, officially the business kicked off.
Yes.
I
Yes.
assume, right?
Mhm.
So then what was it like during COVID? Because I mean, you are a mechanical business and people weren't driving and people weren't doing anything with the vehicles. If anything, people were walking places more than anything, you know. So during COVID, and how did that go for you guys?
Doing covered was getting a lot of job also. People was calling because the vehicle was working.
So you had to. So did they bring it to the shop or did you go to the house?
No, I was running up
and down.
Up and down.
So he didn't have a shop by
I didn't
then.
have a shop by then.
So I can't really tell you when it comes to COVID times because I'm like 1 or 2 years with him right now.
Okay.
Because after studying, I found him. Actually, I found him through a friend. And then the friend recommended him and I should link.
Yes.
And then from there, he told me, when you're done with your studies, come through to me. Because I was already in an engineering school by then.
Okay.
So it was easier for me to get in hands with him, you understand?
And how's it been for you so far?
Yeah, I've learned a lot from him. I don't want to lie. Majority of the stuff I've learned from him. But as I said, I went to an engineering school, right? So
Yeah.
things was more theoretically, you
Yes,
understand?
I got you.
So you're seeing it on paper, but you're not
Yeah.
seeing it physically.
It's not practical.
Yeah, so he was like, come to me, I'll show you practically.
Nice.
So now, okay, I've learned a lot from him. But I'm not saying I didn't learn from the school either,
No, of
you know?
course.
So yeah.
So you guys are saying that one cannot just think because they're good with their hands they can be a mechanic, because
Nah.
with our people, definitely, as long as we are good with our hands, we can do everything.
Yeah.
So they try to pit here, pit there. So you saying that studies is required in
Yes.
order to be a good mechanic.
Yes.
Do you know what, man? Do you know what I think it is, though? Like, I feel like for some people, studies are important. And then there's like a minute group of people where they just pick it up with the eyes, man. Like they don't necessarily have to go and study per se. And I think it's the same when you look at other ventures and when you look at other businesses. How when you're at school, there are those who get 90% without studying, because they just pick it up. They're just that good at it. And then there are those who need to study to achieve the 90%. And so I love the fact that you also mentioned that although college and school provided the theory, that was great for in class.
Yes.
But when it came to doing the actual job,
The practical.
the practical, it's the implementation of it. What are some of the challenges being a mechanic? I mean, surely you have some major challenges and you're like, yo,
I'd like to answer that one for
Go
him
for it.
because he's always facing this problem.
okay.
So there's a thing with clients, right?
Uh-huh.
Whereby they come with a problem,
Yeah.
and then you tell them, okay, in order to solve this problem, you're gonna have to get this in this pot.
Yes.
And then they don't want to buy the pot, so we buy it on their behalf, basically, right?
Okay.
And then when you tell them now the cost price of the pot, including your labor, it's like you're charging them too much. But when you told them to begin with, buy your own pot, they never listened. So now we seem like the bad people at the end of the day. You get.
Smart. Okay.
So I'm always telling him, rather let the client buy, and then
Yeah.
you just charge your labor.
Yeah.
So we're still looking for a way to solve this problem right now.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, for us that is not so clued up about vehicles,
Yo,
and
please.
I'm adding Cliff in this because he doesn't know anything about
Yo,
cars.
I'm bad.
When I'm buying a car, what is the things that I need to look out for? Because I've been duped before when it comes
A
to
second-hand car.
Yeah, buying a second-hand car, and like obviously they know, okay, she's a woman. I'm not that clued up in on the vehicle, and there's some men that struggle with the same thing. What are the things that I need to jot down first before I even take this car?
Okay, let me answer that question for you. You see, when you are buying a car, you must go to a technician that you believe on, you trust. That's the first thing, because the technician will go and check the car for you. If there's anything wrong with the engine or anything wrong with with the car, he will explain to you that this is what is happening, this is what's happening. We got 50 to goes in. So we need to decide, me and you, like, am I customer? Like, we need to sit down, we put it together, said, okay, if we're going this, we know we're going to keep some money for these things. It can happen at any time. But it's 100% nice when you want to buy a car, you must consider your technician. So you can check the car properly before people can go on it. Because I got it was 2 weeks ago, one of my customer buy a car, we buy a car. It was nice, it was good, but he didn't call for checkup.
Hey,
He didn't call for checkup. I was driving the car just off
stop.
on the road.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was something wrong.
So you hear that, guys. Have your technician with you when you are going to purchase a vehicle.
Especially if it's second-hand.
Yes.
More so if it's a second-hand vehicle. Yeah. Funny enough, I mean, that's something that I always reminded myself of. That when I go buy my car, should I decide to buy a second-hand car, which I'm hoping it's not going to be the case, but if it were to be the case, then I'll take a trusted technician or mechanic with me.
Yes.
For them to go and check out the vehicle. Because, again, like you've said, not all of us are clued up, man, when it
Yeah.
comes to the nitty-gritties of a vehicle.
And it's so important for women, honestly, because I feel like we get taken advantage of for not being as clued up as a man would be. So they like kind of profile us, and then guys, I've been scarred. I'm not
but
lying.
It's not a matter of being a woman, because there are some men out there that as well wouldn't see some things you wouldn't see,
Yeah.
As whereby a technician, right? There's certain things that a technician can see, whereby not just a normal person will see, because he could come and stand in front of a car and tell you this car was in an accident. A perfect looking car,
Sure.
of which you wouldn't pick up. You understand?
No, that's what I'm saying. That
Interesting.
as a woman, I feel like we get profiled, and men tend to take advantage from us. Like if I went to We Buy Cars, then they look at me and they bypass a lot of things that a man would have been like, that is a problem. That
Yeah,
is a problem.
I
So
get where you're coming from.
I'm saying, like, make sure, guys, make sure. Oh my word, I know that we are running out of time. But lastly, how does one get a hold of you?
The whole of us, we are located in South River by number 2 Abel Road, and we got Instagram page called SA Auto Kimbi Clinic. So you can link also in our Instagram page, and you can send over a message. We're gonna reply you, and we're gonna be there for you 24 hours. We give our service 24 hours. We don't have no switch off time.
hey, these people come to your house. You can come to them. They
Everywhere.
do not stop.
Hey,
And
24 hours.
I must say, it is true.
Wow.
I called him very late at night, and he came through and he fixed the vehicle just like that.
Bro,
so
24 hours.
They don't stop.
Amazing.
But I love that motivation.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, guys. It was honestly a blessing. I know our listeners definitely learned something
Yep.
by this. So
Definitely.
thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you,
Pleasure,
man.
guys.
It has been an
Welcome.
absolute pleasure, Kimbi, as well as Calvin. Thank you. This was a very insightful conversation that we had with you guys today. So thank you for coming in. Thank you for making the time. For joining us in studio 5 minutes before we're hitting on top of the hour. We got to do what we got to do the way we got to do it. Also